Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Wayne's World, where we do some of the best things on Earth.
Yeah, we sit in the basement, talk about crap that doesn't matter.
As you can see, we now have official Shifty
Sasquatch. I told you no.
Wayne's World.
I told you that we're not doing this.
Sweet tea.
I told them that we weren't doing this. I told them specifically 5 seconds before.
Interestingly enough,
we started the show. I told him we're not doing advertising.
You can find all of our official items at a Casey's drugstore near you.
Casey's isn't even a drugstore. It's a gas station.
Excuse me. I've gone to the one in Malacca, and it's definitely a drugstore.
Okay. It's not a legal drugstore.
You should have told me that before. I bought all my aspirin there. Actually, no, I didn't.
It wasn't aspirin.
I don't take aspirin or any type of medicine. That would ruin the superhuman immune system.
Superhuman? Mm-hmm. Super Sasquatch, you mean?
Well, that's what a Shifty Sasquatch is, basically. Is a superhuman.
But you're a Sasquatch. You're not a human at all.
That's like
saying a whale.
I'm bipedal.
Do you know how birds
are
bipedal?
I'm bipedal.
Yeah, so are birds.
So?
Monkeys.
Did you know I can fly? If I hop in that plane, or if I even listen to the song "Airplane" by who's it by? It's by some band I know the name of, but I no longer know the name. It's really not that good of a song.
Jefferson Airplane.
Is it Airplane by Jefferson Airplane?
I have no idea.
I think it's by Jefferson. It's Jefferson something. I think it is Jefferson Airplane. No, I'm thinking of Jetliner by Steve Miller Band. That's what I'm thinking of. There's also a song, I think, called Airplane.
There's also a song called Airplane.
You know what? I don't want to talk
None of them are good.
I don't want to talk to you about this right now. Airplane.
Oh, we're going to look it up. Goody! We get to look it up. See, Sam is wrong.
Oh, no! I didn't put Airplane song in. I'm not going to get what I want.
And the technologically inept Sam Rising for everyone.
Excuse me? That's not my name. I changed it officially.
You changed it officially. What's your name now?
What do you think my name is?
Pedro Gutierrez.
That's what I changed yours to.
Oh, I forgot.
The cartels were coming after me. I had to change both your name and my name.
But they're the Canadian cartels, I'm sure, right?
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Also, we can't stay here long. They know where we are.
Canadian cartels are after us. We stole their maple syrup, and now they want our lives.
Remember way back? No, it wasn't way back when. But when the Canadians had, what was it, 1/3 of their syrup supply stolen? It was how many millions of pounds of syrup stolen from their treasury?
I remember that story, and I remember just being surprised by the fact that Canada actually has a national syrup reserve.
Exactly. And how do you steal off with that? Is my thing. How do you break in?
Why do you have it in the first place? A national syrup reserve. What's the point of having a national syrup reserve? Is it that much of a commodity in Canada? Any of our Canadian viewers, of which we know there are none, but if there are any Canadian viewers, please tell us why you need syrup this badly.
Look, paint. I still have it on me from that undercover mission we had to do to get the cartel's information.
We painted ourselves as their tarmac, and we laid down flat. Mm-hmm. And then as their planes took off, we listened for the conversations that were going on them.
Yep, and then
we got lots of valuable information.
Well, once we did, we grabbed onto the planes and snuck on that way. We snuck into the planes.
You grabbed onto the planes. I grabbed onto you.
I am a very flexible and strong man to hold on not only to you, but to the plane as well.
Yes.
We pulled each other up, and we got very valuable information.
Yep. And then we jumped out.
Like I said, please buy our official sweet tea of the show.
What are you looking at?
Do I need to have a reason to look up?
Yes, you do.
Into the beautiful sky that we are
the sky
enclosed in?
We can see that is not the sky. It is rafters.
They don't know what's right above me. I could have a...
Now you know what's right above you. Got that good lens flare going on? But then we get my head cut off.
Fine, tilt it back up. Also, that's so then they can't see the cartel that is behind the camera, ready to shoot us. If we say
if they were here, the Canadians would be shooting us already.
Look, whatever
and
helps
they're
you sleep
not,
at night. If you think
because the Mounties already saved us.
Look, if you think it's the Canadian cartel, go right ahead.
What other cartel would it be? No. It's not the Swedish cartel.
No, it's not actually.
Oh gosh.
It's not.
Okay.
It's a little bit more surprising.
Finnish? Icelandic.
Nope.
It's not the Hebrew cartel, is it?
No, oh no. We went.
we would not cross that line. Not doing that.
No, I don't think we would have made it away if it was the Hebrew cartel.
We wouldn't have gotten to the line.
I honestly don't know if we would have ever heard of a thing called the line. It was just a boom.
Is it the Danish cartel? It's not the Danish cartel?
They're too nice.
They're too nice?
They don't have a cartel. Wait, Amsterdam is in the Netherlands, right?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not that.
Do you know which cartel it is that we pissed off? Like, it's not the Mexican cartels. We know that. Like, we would not do that.
It's the one from Greenland.
It's the Greenland cartel?
Greenlandian cartel. Even more surprising, really, because nothing lives on Greenland.
Except green.
There's nothing green on that island.
No, that's where Iceland's for the green stuff.
Mm-hmm. But seriously though, like they are. The Greenlandian cartel is after us.
Okay. What do we do? What is it that like they're after us for? Like what specific events? Because I know of which there have been many. So
I think it's just all of them.
It's all of them. It was like built up to a breaking point. Like they've got a limit. Like, all right, you can do stuff to us 12 times, but the 13th time we're coming after you.
It's kind of like you're playing Jenga with them, and then you just took too many, like all the really good pieces, and now there's none left for them to take. So now they're mad at you, kind of thing. Like you've just done too much, and now they're mad.
Okay.
You've taken off all the good pieces, and the tower is now toppled down. Whether it's their fault or ours does not matter to them.
Okay. But they've only got like 5 people in their cartel to begin with, so it shouldn't be.
I think that's more than we can handle.
Yeah, we only got 2 people here. But we did manage to sneak onto their planes by grabbing onto the wheels as they took off. So I think our set of skills combined together, my skills of laying on a tarmac and pretending to be dead, and your skills of doing that with me. I think those 2 very specific set of skills will give us the advantage over these Greenlandians.
Would you say we have the skills from Taken? No. We don't have those types of skills.
Don't have those types of skills. Nothing even close.
I would like to think I have some skills.
You have the skills of talking into a phone.
Not really, no.
It's
more face-to-face than anything.
The skills that he lists while on the phone are non-existent, but...
What was that?
We have the ability to say the stuff into the phone. We can't follow through with any of it, but we are able to say it.
I just got a message from the Greenlandian cartel.
Oh. And what is the message?
Hold on, I got 5 emails as well. We'll have to wait on the whole Greenlandian cartel thing.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. You ready for it?
Alright, I'm ready.
I can't read it. I cannot.
You have to.
I can't
You
read
have to.
It's a little inappropriate.
You have to. What could they possibly have said? That is too inappropriate for our viewers. Is it worse than what's come out of our mouths before?
The worst thing is that Evie is in the 10-kilometer group. The only thing more infuriating than that would be getting a Weedle.
So that's why they're pissed at us.
They think we work for Niantic. I don't think the message...
Pokemon Go is not our fault. It was never our fault. It's not our fault to begin with. It's his fault.
I don't think that translated well from like the Google Translate into our language. I don't think Google Translate did it really well.
Oh, so they're not so mad?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I think that's just how it translated.
As long as they're not mad at us about Pokemon Go.
I think that would be unfair.
That would be unfair because we don't have anything to do with it.
Because we have no good Pokemon.
No, we're just as mad as everyone else. Yeah, there was no good Pokemon on that tarmac. Just lots of Rattatas.
I think that's what we were mainly there for. We just happened
to be spying on the Greenlandian cartel.
Well, it just happened. We had the really sophisticated technology to find the Pokemon.
Yeah, but like it just like we got a call as we were laying on the tarmac. We're like sitting there, and the Prime Minister of Finland called us. There's no Prime Minister of Finland, but he called us anyway, and he said, "Hey, can you check out the Greenland cartel while you're there? Like they're taking off right above you." We're like, "Oh, sure. You know, we don't have like reservations for another hour or anything, so you know, we grabbed on and we went through."
Resort.
Like, and then we jumped out and we were able to make it to the resort in time. We just put on our skis on the way down, and we just like kept going down the mountain.
Honestly,
as we got there.
we actually went above the resort's mountain, the highest one, and skied on the way down.
Yeah, we went through the roof of the resort. I can't say they were too pleased about that.
No, but I mean, really, what are you going to do? You jump out of a plane, you just explain, like, look, the Prime Minister of Finland told us to do this, and they're like, that doesn't exist, and like, look.
We're like, he called us on the phone, like,
I even have him
it's an 800 number.
As the Prime Minister of Finland, he's in the phone.
I have him on my phone as Joe because we're on a first name basis.
I really can't get comfortable with the fact that
that his name is Joe?
No, that I don't want to be on a first name basis with him, so I just don't feel like calling him Joe.
Okay, I call him Joe.
And that's fine, I just don't feel comfortable with him.
I even call him Lenny.
Because
of his middle name, Leonard.
I think I could get down.
His name is Joe Leonard Scott.
I can get down with Lenny. I think I can call him Lenny.
Lenny? Okay.
I'll have to change that.
Yeah, change that in your phone. Mm-hmm. Call him Lenny. But anyways, after we crashed at the resort, it turns out that the Prime Minister of Finland was actually there. Lenny was there. So he sorted out the entire problem. The only thing that he didn't sort out was giving us the materials to clean ourselves afterwards. Well, he gave us some, which I promptly used because I don't want to be covered in crap like that. So I used it, and it just so happens that there really wasn't much left to finish the tarmac that was on Samuel here. Hence the tarmac on his arms and hands.
I'm gonna see if I can't start my acting career as one of the tarmacs that people fly off of in like Fast and the Furious or something.
Yeah, that'd be a good start for you. Like, really I got my start of acting career. I played. I was a sunflower in a sunflower field. So there were 50,000 of us, and we stood in a field and we did this.
Would this be kind of more like a Wizard of the Oz type of thing?
No, this was in the second Transformers. And we just we were way in the background. I don't remember. Like we were way extras in the background.
So are we saying like specks on the screen?
We're saying like there's a city here, and behind that city there's a patch of sunflowers where we were.
So how many like pixels on my TV screen would you take up?
We weren't on the TV screen actually. We were behind all the buildings, so we never actually made it. Like we were there and we were waving. It was more for ambient effect because we were also going.
I got you. So it'd be more like, it could have been an important part of the movie or like a scene, but they just cut it due to like
we were there. We were there in case Shia LaBeouf decided to go on a crazy rampage in a sunflower field.
Yes,
which he never did, unfortunately.
He did that in the woods.
He did that in the woods where he built his cabin and sawed people's legs off. He never came to our sunflower patch. So my acting career kind of got a little bit of a rocky start, which brings me to my second job, which I played a rock. In the movie Transformers 3, so
I saw that.
You
did a mighty fine job.
Thank you.
I saw you, and I was like, I stopped in the middle of the theater, and I yelled, "That's my best friend."
There was talk in the Academy about giving me an Oscar for it.
Supporting actor?
For Best Supporting Actor, yeah. And they were going to give that to me, but they decided that there was other movies that existed, and therefore more deserving than I was. So
I should have talked as your father. I should have really called him up and complained about this. Because that's my job. Is if you don't get something, then
you have to complain because otherwise I'm just going to continue to not get stuff.
Exactly.
Because I'm not good enough on my own.
You couldn't have said the words any better. I couldn't have, at least. You couldn't have. I know that for sure.
Thanks, Dad.
You did the best you could, and I'm somewhat proud of you. But I would be more proud of you if you did better. I want you to know that.
I've never heard anything more beautiful in my life.
Thank you, son. Thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ick. Okay, so one of the news stories we have for today is that
Oh, we moved on to the segment 2, the new
Rio Olympic bathroom sign bans fishing in the toilets. But what is this one?
Please do not throw toilet paper in the toilet.
He's putting.
Oh gosh!
That's what he's doing. We don't do it. But so you don't want to throw a toilet. One of it is don't throw the toilet paper.
You have to throw your toilet paper away
in the ocean, like everybody else in Rio does. Dude, it's a guess from how nasty that stuff is in the water.
Gross.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's throwing his toilet paper in the. That's not what the was, but nonetheless, you don't want to. There's one that says don't fish in the toilet, which is strange. Like, what could be in the toilet to fish? What kind of toilet goes right in?
There's no plumbing. It's not like it's plumbing that goes straight through the ocean. Like there's no sanitation or anything, and it's. I think the statistic it was 1/3 of bathroom facilities in Rio have the sanitation hooked up. The rest of them just go straight to the ocean. So it's possible for fish to swim back up and go in your toilets. And it's a pretty common practice, I guess, to fish in your toilet. So don't do that if you're going to the Olympics.
Don't do that. Okay, we're going to move on to the headliner for today. We're going to put that one in the middle because you always put the meat in the middle of the sandwich. Unless you're making a meat sandwich, then meat's everywhere.
I had a meat and cheese sandwich once where it was just 2 pieces of meat with a piece of cheese in the middle. It was called a cheese witch is what they called it. And it was really, really weird and I didn't really like it.
Who made this for you?
I bought it.
How much
from the store.
Do you remember how much it
cost?
cost you?
Like $2.
From what store?
From the campus marketplace.
I hope you went back for a refund.
No.
You didn't bring in a little plastic baggie like, this is what's left over. This is
no, I ate it because I was hungry. And you see, when you're hungry, you eat. Which is something I'm sure you as a Sasquatch would not understand.
Not fully, no.
So, because you never get hungry.
No.
Actually, but we as people, when we get hungry, we tend to have to eat something. Otherwise, we die.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a pretty serious thing. Like if you're hungry and you don't eat something, you just kind of.
As a Sasquatch, it's a little bit more of the reverse, where like we have a certain amount of like a capacity, almost like a storage facility inside our bodies. Of like this is how much you can eat, and once you fill it, you die.
Oh, okay. So
it's kind of
you have to like space out what you eat in your life.
Pretty much like we don't have to eat, but like if you went over to your girlfriend's house for something for dinner, like you have to eat, obviously.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's rude not to.
Exactly. So you really have to plan these things out almost, where it's like, look, I have to eat here, so I'm going to eat this much.
So how high is your limit? Like, are you able to like
limit?
eat like twice a day and still be fine, or do you have to like
no.
like oh no, I'm having dinner Friday, I can't eat for 3 weeks?
Like I'm having, so it's not like we slowly empty out the storage. It's like. It's full. So like once.
So it just consistently fills up and it never gets. So like you have a specific amount of times in your life where you can eat.
I could eat once every day if I eat like that very tiny edge of a cracker for the rest of my life. From when you were born to when you die.
But when you die, if you were to eat that, like there's not many causes of Sasquatch death.
Well, I don't know because our time is not the same as human time since we have such a very different life structure than. Humans do, since you guys just kind of go until your heart says, you know what, I'm sick of this. You're too fat, or whatever it is, and you're, and you die. Us, it's more like, whoa. More stomachs and whatever else. I don't want to go into the Sasquatch biology class.
I think we should go into the Sasquatch biology class.
Okay, so
all right.
We don't really have hearts. Because there's nothing to do. Like our body sustains itself, so that's why
you don't love.
That's different.
Okay.
We have one of these hearts. We don't have like a boom, 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 boom heart.
Okay.
We don't have like your kind of heart, but we have one of the normal hearts. Not a. I need this so I can pump blood throughout my body, along with oxygen and everything else I need.
Do you need oxygen?
We do breathe, yes.
Okay, how does that get around your body?
Well, we take really deep breaths, and then that kind of just shoves it all in through, and then we gotta go. To intake the oxygen and get rid of it. That is how we can sustain ourselves with oxygen. We try not to do that too often because we know how important it is to humans that they breathe in oxygen and breathe out whatever else they breathe out.
We breathe out. It's a special chemical called. This was called. It's called.
Okay.
So
see, in my
as a
human
person,
biology class, we were taught it was called CO2.
Well, see, that's wrong because what they don't normally teach that it's CO2 because that's the chemical composition of that is the chemical composition of what makes up most of the air, and what makes up most of the air is our. So correlation is there, but it's not causation because our as it goes out is actually converted into carbon dioxide. So you could say that in a way we breathe out carbon dioxide, but in reality we breathe out the producers of carbon dioxide.
So they, like your producers, do they go on and like do movies? Is that how we get?
Yeah. So
we get like J.J. Abrams.
No, J.J. Abrams was actually he's an oxygen producer.
He's an oxygen producer.
Yeah. So
like, he's the good kind.
Yeah.
So he's like a flower.
Yes. Like the CO2 producers are kind of like they're more.
Are they rarer than?
No, there's your CO2 producers are the is a CO2 producer. So the CO2
are they like
producers,
Michael Bay?
They're a lot more like Michael Bay, yeah. So it's kind of just mediocre stuff that goes around at best.
Usually it's just kind of the garbage.
So if we're able to find an oxygen producer, we cling tightly to them and make them make everything. So
at worst, it's going to be something decent.
Like your Spielberg, your Abrams, and you got your stuff that
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Mm-hmm. I can get down with that. I like to think that we're O2 producers.
I would like to think so.
I think we're
but that's up for science to decide. So we should be doing. We should get our. We sent in a test actually. Of what we produce,
which was pretty dangerous.
We had to both take we both took a blood test.
In human years, that's like 5 years off my life.
Yeah, we took a blood test.
I don't regenerate.
And then we both had to punch each other in the face.
I won that contest.
Yeah, he did win the contest.
I have superhuman strength.
So I did take a couple weeks to recover, which explains why there hasn't been very many of these being made.
Yeah, very true.
So we sent that off to the lab, and 3M is now testing it. In Barbados, and they'll be sending that back
rid of the
to
Zika
us
virus
in 2022, which is when we get our test results back. So we're waiting on those. We're pretty excited for them to come back.
Just right around the corner.
Right around the corner here. So just
few years.
Just hold on. It's a tiny bit, and you'll find out what kind of producers we are.
I think we could be the best kind of producers, like the best of the O2.
Well, seeing as there's two of us, it's like a joint. A joint operation here. So
wait, what if one of us was the good kind and the other one was the bad kind?
It would negate and we'd be average.
We'd just be average.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to be average?
Well, then you'd have to leave.
Wow. I'm saying, like, what if you're the one who makes us average? Therefore, I have to leave, so you're just bad.
Well, either way, you have to leave.
I have to leave.
Like, whether you're the good one or you're the bad one.
Are they going to take me away either way?
Yeah. Because you're a Sasquatch. And whatever you produce, if you're on your own, you have to be taken away to a facility.
Do I actually qualify as even an O2 or CO2 producer since I don't do that on my own?
Yes. Because we're joints. That's why if you're on your own, you have to go away. Because
so we're the dragons or the dinosaurs off of that Dragon Tales, right? The green and purple one?
No.
I call dibs in green.
No.
Yes. We're like that, right?
We're not even close.
So like
you're
the orange one and I'm the blue one?
Yes.
The blue one's the good one, right?
Yes.
Orange one's pretty good. He's solid.
He's all right. I would give him that.
He's all right. He's solid. Anyways, back to the big old news story that I have yet to.
What was that look?
I had to look what time it was. So there was 2 burglary suspects. 2 people who went to somebody else's house, stole items. That is what a burglar is.
Yep. Sometimes not to be confused with a hamburglar.
No.
Which is someone who makes delicious hamburgers and sells them to people.
Yep. But that's the guy from McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
I thought he just stole stuff. Like they call him hamburglar.
I really never paid attention. So.
Hamburglar was I didn't either. It was kind of I was at the very end of it, the tail end.
I just kind of ate the food and didn't really like it.
Yeah, it's really not that good.
It's not.
So, 2 suspects, I believe, they stole the dude's stuff, right? And like anybody does, when you steal stuff, you want to sell it. So they went ahead and they took it to a pawn shop. Little did they know that the victim that they stole the stuff from worked at the pawn shop. So down in Clarksville, Tennessee, they were actually arrested when they went ahead and tried to sell the stuff to the dude who works at the pawn shop store, and he's like, "But this is my stuff." And I can't imagine the realization he had when he realized like he's looking at the 2 people who just stole. This is
the situation. Like this is the situation in movies when you have like that epic music start playing. They're like trying to figure it out. Like I can just imagine this confusion. Like my stuff was just stolen last night. Right. Now someone's selling stuff to me that really is my stuff.
He wouldn't know it, but he's like, "This is just like my stuff."
And he has to take a time like to process this. Like
I can just imagine like he's going through and he's checking it off and like his check or whatever, like a beggar does or whatever the cashier does, and he just realizes and he looks up and just there.
And how do you confront the people who are trying to sell you that? Like how do you respond to that? Like, you stole this from me, get out of my store. No, that wasn't what happened apparently.
Of course, the victim recognized the items and then found that his house had been burglarized. He was probably at work, had his stuff stolen, and he took it to him unknowingly.
He didn't even know that his house had been burglarized, and they brought him his.
This is my stereo.
Like, hey, guess what? I just stole your phone. I want to you want to buy it for $50?
Let me dial up the police on my stolen phone.
Like, how stupid can you be?
Well, it's not, I would think they want to token it there had they known this guy.
Well, I know,
there.
but like, what you steal stuff like sold, like that's not a good idea.
Usually, we would take it to some sort of like black market or somewhere far away.
Like, I think the real moral of the story is don't steal stuff.
Yes, very much.
Because honestly,
that's bad.
You're going to get caught.
Yes.
So, also, don't be stupid. Like, no matter what you're doing, whether you're stealing stuff, which don't do, or you're doing anything else, don't be stupid, because otherwise you'll end up Shifty and a Sasquatch, and then...
I'm actually the 3rd definition of Shifty.
Yeah, but you'll end up as the 1st definition of Shifty, and that's not what we want, because Shifty people in that definition are just kind of shifty, you know? So... the shiftiness of the Shifty situation is pretty shifty, if you ask me.
Yes. Dude, what do you think? How much better do you think this shirt would look if there's, since it's already white, it was just a tad bit, like, kind of off-white, and then had, like, pure white, like, 28 on it. So you could see the 28, but I think that would look good. I'm just looking at the camera, and I couldn't figure out what was on my shirt. It looked like numbers, and I looked. And it was 28, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. I still think it looked pretty good, but I'm not a clothes designer. I literally my hair consists. I actually have skin over my hair. I don't have hair over my skin. I'm just a beast, an animal. Actually, more like a human that consists of hair, but then had skin go over it. So I'm just full blown, actually a hair being. It's quite awesome, actually. Now that the skin's finally grown over it, I can look like a normal person, like one of you, and be accepted into society and not shunned because I'm cousin it. Or is it uncle it?
Cousin.
It's cousin it. I'm no longer that. I've contained it. It's self-contained.
And on that awkward monologue, we say goodbye. Thanks for tuning in again, folks. We'll make more at some point here. Remember to subscribe or like or do what you do. Don't be shifty. Unless you're the third definition of shifty. Don't be a Sasquatch. Don't be a CO2 producer. We'll catch you next time, folks, in the Shifty Sasquatch radio show. Peace out.